Yo, what's up, guys? We got Plume in the game, and we have been running her for a little bit of time, and oh boy, she is OP as hell. I did just fight her in arena defense as well, and I'll showcase that in a second how that works out, but even there, she's so incredibly strong. So for now, the build that I have on her is 209 speeds, high accuracy. For the Prowlers, we have a 5-1-4. She will be 555. Like, I already noticed she will be so 555 at some point. Like, she's incredibly strong. So, where is she good? Well, first of all, I'm going to showcase you her in, well, I think I actually want to showcase you her in arena defense, which I just fought. So, I'm also using this right now to clear this. That's actually kind of an interesting one. I think that's the first one that I keep of those. I will showcase this team in just a second, but I want to be showcasing what she can do in defense, because I just fought her on defense, and that's absolutely busted. So let me fight this guy that actually has both new units on defense, and I do actually outspeed, and I do actually lose. So I'm just, for science, I'm going to show this, how this works out. So we have this team of mine against that team of his. This is my old team that's been working very well against everything that's normally speedy. So let's go into battle. I do outspeed. If we look at the buffs, it's 93% over here, and it's 96 and 96 over here. If I do go for an S2, I should normally take the turn, but Plume takes the turn because of her nonsense that she gets extra attack bar, I guess, because normally I think I should be taking the turn, or unless I'm just not in speed tune right on that right away. But that's also the difficult thing. A Heinrich is just a 122 on speed. Plume is a lot faster. Also, did I get full petrified? Yeah, this one is also petrified. So I did also get stunned by the new girl right now. And because of that, you do have your Messiah having a chance to move because everything was petrified. And I died, even though I had the freaking skill from Freya, skill 2. So that is definitely interesting of the potential of what she can do against or just being on defense. And also the new girl kind of did showcase pretty interesting. I've seen some more people do similar kind of teams with like CC in this slot and then Messiah in the last slot. I think that might be kind of the new defense that would be very strong and very shine, because the main thing is Plume is just a lot better than Heinrich for the amount of speed. Is it better against teams that normally have all kinds of, like buffs, and then the buff block would normally be better from the Heinrich? Maybe so, but the 7 extra speed makes it so much easier to be in speed tune rather than the Heinrich, because my Heinrich is definitely a fair bit slower, and therefore it doesn't really work out because my Heinrich is like just 210. I don't have like super crazy fast sets twice. Like I have a 202 or 222 on this, but I don't have like a super crazy set on the other one. And then with the multipliers of all of like the percentage here, percentage there from like Swift Rush, Swift Raid, it just works so much better on 129 than 122. But let's look at Plume and the set of this, how I'm running this. I've been doing this for a fair bit of time right now. I think I did like 40-ish runs. None of them failed, which is very interesting. So I will first showcase all of the gear. I'm still using a Yelly rather than a Lilium. I tried Lilium for a little bit, but Yelly still felt better, which is kind of interesting. Maybe with the new shell with the Tiger Yin, it might be better, but I did make her to a 114. This is just so good. It's just so good for like legit everything. Plus, this team is usable in a lot of dungeons. I will showcase that in a second as well. So we have this on 119 and Kodaker. We have this on 209 Kodaker and then 218 over there. We have this with 207 and then also just a Jackal Guard. And then this one over here, which does still have a fair bit of accuracy, which I tried to do when I didn't have armor break landing on her before. Currently, she doesn't really need that anymore. So I could definitely remove that to be higher on damage again, like this piece, for example, is a lot of accuracy. You don't really need that. So let's look at one run, and then we're going to showcase her in a few different other dungeons as well. Animations of Plume, really nice. Definitely really, really nice animation as well. Plus, it's just so super consistent. We are looking at probably a 90 rate on the skill 3 because of the doubler from having enough accuracy. If you add more in the skill 2 Prowlers, you get a little bit more accuracy as well, so that would help out. And I will probably, yeah, I will 100% get those at some point as well. So, okay, my Yelly is a little bit on the low HP over there. It might be an issue that I could die at that moment. So I would probably have to add a little bit more HP to anything. Also, if she would be higher leveled, the Nymphanel, she would be higher leveled, she would be actually healing or giving more shield. So for that sense, that will probably get there at some point. So But so far, as mentioned, not a single fail yet. We're doing an insane amount of damage. Also, those quill stacks are just adding up, which is just really nice as well. Healing coming in, and then it's just a simple clear from there. Insanely good team. We're running about like a minute every time. Lilium would probably do a little bit more damage, but I have a better set for Yelly than I have a set for Lilium. As mentioned, probably with the new Tiger Yin, the new shell, it would probably be better. But if we're looking at Rangoku, if we go to Rangoku, it is pretty heavy on the LDs, like probably not everyone has those, but sure, let's use the exact same team on Rangoku. We just put it to auto, and you're gonna notice Rangoku dies really badly on this one. It's actually kind of funny to see like how badly the Rangoku dies on this one, because it just simply works. Like, we don't have the issue right now that you have to switch gear back and forth because you have the formation swapping really easily, so you don't need like a one team clears all without having to switch and kind of stuff. But yeah, you have 3 debuffs right away. You have the great setup for the Yelly every time. You have a great rotation with this. Niffonel is just crazy good in this as well. Yeah, is Niffonel a savior for Rangoku? Well, with Plume together, yes. With Plume together, it is. Is that kind of stupid? Maybe. Is it kind of heavy on the LDs and having good runes? Or not runes, good gear? Yeah, maybe so. So yeah, there we already cleared Rangoku. It's as easy as that. Like, suddenly Rangoku is super easy made. So that's the one over there. We definitely cannot use that exact same team in Shadow Flame Hoyan because you have to hit the sides kind of stuff, so it doesn't work as well. Let's try that out in a Sharon. Let's see how good this stuff works in Sharon, because I do think that this team would also work perfectly fine in Sharon. So let's remove you and you. Let's add in you. At least oh no, wait. Plume doesn't work because you cannot death break this. Okay, never mind. Plume is not going to work on this. Probably the other units would work, but it's a Plume showcase, so see you on the Sharon. Nico Nana, well, technically Nico Nana is the easiest stage in the game, so it doesn't really showcase that much. If like, ooh, you can also clear Nico Nana. It's like, yeah, everyone and their mom can clear Nico Nana. But just for the sake of it, I want to see like how good or bad this is. Probably pretty darn good, but let's just see. We won't have a slow in this case, and normally with slow you do a lot more damage, so it's not really the recommended team. But then again, let's just see how far we get with this. So even with a non-recommended team, in this case, absolutely a Lilium would do more damage. Adding in the slow would do more damage. But then again, Nico Nana, as mentioned, is like the weakest stage in the game, and it's just fairly easy to clear. So yeah, that's exactly what we're doing as well. Thing I want to showcase next is going to be Aurora, because where else do we have to strip? Well, we have to strip in Aurora. So let's see if this actually does work in Aurora as well. Terramaton is also one that you have to strip. I could even see this being used towards Doki Doki. So we're going to go through all of those. So Share, no go. On the Shadow Flame Oyan, not really a go as well. But let's see about the others. So, whoops, that is the Shell Dungeon. If we go to modules, if we go to Aurora, I would probably have to gear up my Ling Ling, unless my Ling Ling is still geared up. This team, nope. We will go for the perfect unit for strip and death breaking, which is you. We will go for you still in there. And we're just gonna add in the Ling Ling, which is kind of probably on a wrong tuning to have like the proper hit in, because she would have to be fast enough that she would move in front of you, which she probably does not do. But in this case, we're just gonna kind of YOLO it and go for it and see how that works out. But I would highly recommend to have like the right turn order where Ling Ling would move in front. We have AoE death breaks in this case. Ooh, we still have the right turn order. Wait, my unit is actually slow enough that the turn order is still right. Okay, that's nice, that's nice. So we also have a massive shield. We have... Okay, we did remove all of that. That's good. So let's see how good this is, because this actually looks insanely good looking like this. You do have to hit the right target. We just went hard on the wrong target over there. Well, either how, let's just see how that works out in the end. Probably is not a big issue whatsoever. Only thing I could see is that you definitely, with this kind of setup, would like to kill in like 1 or 2 hits. Because if you don't kill in 1 or 2 hits, you're kind of missing the strip at a later moment. So your first few rotations are very important for how much damage are you going to be doing onto the pulse. because afterwards he just starts cleansing and stuff. But if I had those 2 follow-up hits before, holy shit. Imagine I had those follow-up hits that I did on that left thing, just on the mid-boss. That's insane. That's actually low-key very, very freaking insane. Holy hell. So yeah, that does really work. Doki Doki, I can assume that works as well. Let's just go for Terramaton. Doki Doki, I would have to use some kind of CC unit still, but let's go for that in a second. So in this case, let's actually keep you in instead of that. We go for a, where are they at? We go, in this case, Nifronel is definitely a bit int because of the wrong element, so you definitely don't want to go for that. But in this case, let's just go for 2 damage dealers, because why the hell not? I would only have to put 1 more set towards you. That's normally, that's just this Fury thingy. Fury thingy on this. Do we have enough crit rate with that? We do have exactly enough crit rate with that. And let's just see how this works. I wouldn't be surprised if the Terramaton dies really badly. In this case, the right arm comes super late, so I think it's kind of fine. Like, probably both of my units move in front of right arm. I'll probably kill it before it does anything interesting. Okay, that's just 1 extra hit. We have that thing going in, that's fine. Yep. We can go for the kill over here, or well, nearly kill. It's not really a kill. We have that hit, that's cool. Okay, she should move after the right arm rather than in front, because otherwise you get the cleanse coming in, which is not great. Because I'm pretty sure that, yep, that would cleanse off a few things. Well, still the death break is there. But the defense buff is also there. Also, left arm just straight up died. Yeah, so in this case, she has to be a little bit slower to actually move after, but yeah, no, that's absolutely bonkers as well. That's simply just does so much damage. And man, all of these stages just get so interesting and so much easier with all of this stuff. So in this case, I was actually using you for this, so you have a higher chance of this. I would honestly say a team like this is probably still the best out there. But I could see a way that if you use something else, let's say the team order is completely different, where you go for a real Mocha team and you want to have the highest effective rate for real Mocha. I don't have real Mocha geared, nor do I have like this thing geared or anything like that. I could see a team with something along the lines of this. And then also just a straight up attack buff on you. So you could even go for just a Yang or something like that. If you were to go for something along the lines of this, I would assume that all of these units, like, you will pretty much never miss. You will never miss. You always use your skill. You do enough damage. You are not even needed. Like, you could 4-man this. It's just that I don't have those units geared. But yeah, you kind of see the idea of like how strong Plume is. But also in RTA, also in everything. So we always do ask the question, is she a must pull? Yeah. Like, yeah, she's absolutely the most must pull over there. I was actually kind of lucky. I got her about like 30 pulls in. So I just spent like 15 bucks and I got her on like the 30th pull or something like that. I still had like 26. Now then I did 40 pulls. 40 pulls that I got her. Because I had 26, I did 30. I did like the last one with a bit of crystals. And then next buy for something like that. So I was definitely very lucky on that one, and I'm very happy with that. You don't have to go for more copies anymore, because she was supposed to have the counter hit, which I'm very happy that they removed, because that would have been like absolutely broken if she also had like a potential counter hit that she had to work with and that kind of stuff. But they removed that for just adding accuracy, which makes a lot more sense. Accuracy, resistance, and then this. Some people have been asking me, is like, say, can you put her on Revelation because she has multi-hits on the skill 3? Well, actually, she's a very good Revelation hit, because her multi-hit on the skill 3 is even on a 3-turn cooldown, which is the perfect for a Revelation. So if we're talking RTA, yes, she can absolutely be Revelation. Thing is, you still want the accuracy on her to land her stuff, but yeah, she can 100% be Revelation, and she will be a fast as fuck Revelation right there. So yeah, even that adds more value to her, where she just is incredibly strong. But unless Revelation, I would definitely recommend the Kodecker, just high accuracy. Rest doesn't all matter all too much. So insanely strong and cool unit right there. Is this a little bit of power creeping? Yes. Well, you let me know in the comments what you think about her. This was my video. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I see you as always in the next one. And of course, in the meantime, we still finished another run of 10. This one is not bad. Well, you can get the Colossal Guard on this, so that's probably better, but let's just save it for now, and we just continue on more. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab for the guide video archive, which contains all of the guides that you might need. Hope to see you there.